Well, it's a dramatic twist in the Punjab power play. Punjab has got a new captain. Charanjit Singh Channi is going to be replacing Captain Amrinder Singh as the Chief Minister of Punjab. The surprise name dropped by Punjab Congress in charge Harish Rawat after hours of deliberations and meetings. Rawat tweeted, Charanjit Singh Channi has been unanimously elected as the leader of the Congress Legislature Party of Punjab. The surprise pick comes just hours after Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa's name was in fact doing the rounds to be the key front runner to the top post. Celebrations too had started at his residence. When a serving minister, four-time MLA, Channi is a Dalit face of the Congress party. He has served as the President and General Secretary of Punjab Youth Congress. He is also known to be a vocal critic of Captain Amrinder Singh. He has raised an alarm over Amrinder Singh not paying attention to issues raised by party leaders and was among those who went to meet Rawat in Dehradun last month to rebel against the then Chief Minister.
मैं गवर्नर हाउस से निकलकर बात करूंगा आपसे प्लीज गवर्नर हाउस
बिल्कुल जिसका भी हुआ मैं वेलकम करता हूं। मैं बिल्कुल उनके जो निर्णय लिया है। हम कुछ आदमियों ने जो हम मिनिस्टर इकट्ठे थे उनमें से कोई भी चीफ मिनिस्टर बन जाए हमारा पहले दिन से ही डिसीजन था। मेरी बिल्कुल मायूसी नहीं, आपने देखा नहीं, जो आदमी मायूस होता है वो कभी नहीं आता।
जो कांग्रेस की आला कमान है तो आला कमान ने ये फैसला दिया है और सारा दिन सुबह से लेके और रात भर भी ये तमाम जो पंजाब के एमएलए थे उनसे मुशावरत ये चलती रही कि पंजाब के आने वाले चीफ मिनिस्टर कौन होंगे और अभी आधा घंटा पहले ये इस नतीजे पे पहुंचे हैं कि पंजाब के जो आने वाले चीफ मिनिस्टर होंगे वो मिस्टर चरणजीत सिंह चन्नी होंगे। तो मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं इस मौके पे, मुझे लगता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ने बहुत शाइस्तगी से ये और बहुत शाइस्तगा उनका ये जो फैसला है उसकी दो वजह है। पहली वजह तो ये है कि पंजाब में वैसे भी जो एससी पॉपुलेशन है वो तमाम हिंदुस्तान से सबसे ज्यादा है, ऑलमोस्ट 33%। दूसरा ये है कि आपके सुनने वाले शायद इस बात को अप्रिशिएट करेंगे कि जब से हिंदुस्तान आजाद हुआ है जम्मू कश्मीर, हिमाचल, पंजाब, हरियाणा, दिल्ली, राजस्थान, आज तक पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया में कभी कोई दलित चीफ मिनिस्टर नहीं बना। तो इस फैसले से कांग्रेस पार्टी ने ये भी साबित किया है कि ये पार्टी जो है वो प्रो दलित पार्टी है।
All right, he's the Dalit face of the Congress party. And who exactly is Charanjit Singh Channi? What do we know about the new Chief Minister of Punjab? Here are the details of Channi. He is, of course, a member of the Ram Dasya Sikh community. And he is a prominent face of the Congress in terms of being a part of the scheduled caste community. He is a three-time MLA from the Chamkaur Sahib constituency in the state of Punjab. He also has been serving as a minister, is what we know. Remember, he's been a vocal critic of Captain Amrinder Singh's administration. He was one among the four ministers who were camping in Dehradun, really leading this rebellion against Captain Amrinder Singh. He served as the technical education and industrial training minister as well. He's been a serving minister. He's also had some experience within the organization. He served as the president and the general secretary of the Punjab Youth Congress. Also, he served as the leader of opposition in the 14th Punjab Vidhan Sabha when the Akalis were in fact in government in the state of Punjab. Our consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai is also now joining us. So Rajdeep, the big question here is that whether Channi is going to be the chief minister for 5 months or whether eventually the Congress is going to end up saying that we are going to elections with Channi as a chief ministerial candidate, or whether it's going to be somebody, maybe an Navjot Singh Sidhu, after 5 months.
You know, that's an interesting question you put, Sneha, because my sense is that the Congress will go into the elections without projecting a chief ministerial face. So you will have Charanjit Singh Channi as of now as a 5-month chief minister, but the campaign will be led by Navjot Singh Sidhu, who's a Jat Sikh. Because what the Congress has done this time is played clearly caste calculations. How? Charanjit Singh Channi becomes the first Dalit Sikh Chief Minister of Punjab, and that's huge. The first non-Jat Sikh since Gyani Zail Singh in the early 1970s. Remember, Punjab has about a 31% Dalit population. Now you've got a situation where the BJP has been constantly eyeing the Dalit vote. In fact, saying, why can't Punjab have a Dalit Chief Minister or Deputy Chief Minister? You've had the Akali Dal tying up with the Bahujan Samaj Party. Remember, Kashi Ram, the founder of the BSP, came from Punjab. His origins are from Ropar in Punjab. And you've got the Aam Aadmi Party, which is growing in Malwa. Now you've given a leader who is from the Malwa belt, who is a Dalit, and thereby you're hoping to offset any potential gains, particularly that the AAP would make by targeting Dalit Sikhs. And you've got in Navjot Singh Sidhu a charismatic Jat Sikh leader who will attract the crowds. You will not make, from what one gathers, the Congress will not make anyone as their chief ministerial candidate for post-elections. But they will certainly go into the elections with billboards with Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, but also with Charanjit Singh Channi and Navjot Singh Sidhu's face. So, in a way, the Congress has taken a bold move. It's a high-risk move. Will the Jat Sikhs readily accept a Dalit Sikh as chief minister is a big question mark. Having said all that, given the options that the Congress had, I would say it's a pretty bold move that the Congress has made this time, Sneha. And it brings to mind, since you raised the question of Chief Minister after the elections, in Maharashtra in 2003, Sushil Kumar Shinde became Chief Minister. He was a Dalit. And after the elections, Vilasrao Deshmukh, when the Congress won the elections, the Maratha from the dominant community became the Chief Minister. Will that also happen in Punjab? If the Congress wins, we don't know. But as I said, I think it's a bold move that the Congress has made, Sneha.
Yes, Rajdeep, we'll just come back to you. Be with us, please. A quick word from my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu, who is in fact at the Raj Bhavan. Kamal, in fact, we'll just be hearing from the new Chief Minister because he promised a while ago that he will be speaking to the press on all of these developments, of course, involving him today, right after that meeting with the governor. So the meeting is still on.
Well, let me tell you, our eyes are fixed on that gate. So we do expect, as soon as the ceremony is over, we do expect some sort of a bite happening there as promised by the new Chief Minister. This is where all action really is. But what is important is how Congress now moves on from here. We're talking about Sukhjinder Singh. He's maybe given an important post. Somebody's talking about being the new Home Minister or even the Deputy CM. Those plans have not been elaborated, but yes, some action here. The gates are finally opened, and yes, we do have the first pictures of Congress leaders walking in unison. It does seem the ceremony is over, and here it is, all the leaders out here. Total action here on India Today. Let me show you. This is where they're heading straight forward. They will be addressing the media. We don't see the CM just yet, but there is a convoy right behind. But remember, all these leaders are the ones who will be facing 2022 assembly polls. Important to have their say. This is a time. Some of these women are dressed in pink. This seems to be more like a celebration. The controversy between Captain and Sidhu being put right behind. So there seems to be an action out here. But we are still awaiting and looking at the new Chief Minister, Charanjit Singh Channi, and whether he's going to be speaking to the media as he promised he would. Clearly, this is the time for action. Mr. Raja साहब भाई सर नीचे ग्राउंड भाई नीचे बैठो क्या कर रहे हैं
कल 5 बजे कांग्रेस पार्टी दी लैजिस्लेटिव पार्टी दी मीटिंग हुई है। कांग्रेस दे सारे MLA साहबान ने ਸਰਬਸੰਮਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਐਮਐਲਏ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਕੱਲ 5 ਵਜੇ ਸਰਬਸੰਮਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਲਿਆ ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ ਦਾਅਵਾ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਗਵਰਨਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ 11 ਵਜੇ ਸਹੁੰ ਚੱਕਣ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ 11 ਵਜੇ ਓਥ ਟੇਕਿੰਗ ਸੈਰੇਮਨੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਓਥ ਲੈਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਲੀਡਰ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਬੋਧਨ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਕੱਲ 11 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਰ ਕਰੋ। ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
Charanjit Singh Channi, they're clearly saying that the oath-taking ceremony is going to happen tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So we have all of those developments from the state of Punjab, where the Chief Minister has just spoken to the press. Rajdeep continues to be with us, and I'm welcoming BJP's Shazia Elmi. Thank you so much for your time. Thanking Sunny Ahluwalia, also of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Daniel Francis. He's a well-known political analyst. Thank you all for your time. First to you, Shazia Elmi. The BJP has been quick to point out that it doesn't matter who the person has been appointed by the Congress today. He's somebody who carries a baggage. He's been controversial, though Channi has often said that, this is a case which has been, it's got no truth to it and I've been framed clearly. You've rigged up the Me Too issue also already with Amit Malviya tweeting out.
Well, that's just one of the many issues, and the issue was not raised by the BJP. That was done by the Women's Commission of its time, which was during during the tenure of the BJP at all. So I think we need to correct our facts there. And if there's a Me Too allegation on this person by a senior woman officer, we need to look at it not just because it's being revisited by a tweet from my colleague Amit Malviya. That's one. And so I think all of those who talk about liberal values and who feel harassed and who feel and are taken in by the Me Too movement should speak up also on this, because this is relevant to all, right? It should be apolitical.
Okay.
So that's one, but that's not the point that we're discussing here. I think it's the drama that has unfolded. BJP has no stake at all whatsoever. So it's neither my position nor my place to really say anything about the choice and the choice that has been made again and again, and the changing dynamics, so to speak. But I can only speak as somebody who's watching the unending saga that pans out. That I'm sorry. Saga that there is a situation is dynamic. We don't know what's happening, and they found the way they found a way to go about this was anything but decent and smooth, and it doesn't say much about the high command, so to speak, because clearly it is Sidhu's doing that, because Visa Randhawa has been asked to go, and not really the virtuous decision to have a Dalit leader there.
Okay.
So while virtuosity is being imposed now on this decision, which has been forced, the hand has been forced, and that is the decision, and that is being called a virtuous decision. Clearly, there's a lot behind this virtuous decision.
Okay,
So
Sunny Ahluwalia. However, with the appointment of a Dalit chief minister, even if it is for 5 months or so, the Congress has obviously kept an eye on the upcoming elections in the state of Punjab. Does that make the Aam Aadmi Party a little nervous, given the kind of outreach that you have been making in the state of Punjab towards the Dalits, a significant chunk of the electorate?
There's a very popular story, the Ali Baba and the Chalis Chor. And this completely compiles over this Congress. So by changing the Ali Baba, that is the Chief Minister, Captain Amrinder Singh, this is not going to wash what all the thieves have done. And their MLAs are known for the Mafia Raj. They have done nothing in this state, no employment, nothing about Betbi, nothing about drug mafia. They have done nothing about electricity.
And in this case, they're trying to change the chief minister because this is a script written by Prashant Kishore. This is what we are saying since one day. And they want to change the face. By changing the face, nothing will happen. By getting the Dalit, no, Punjab people are very educated. These 3 black laws have made us more educated than before. And now people know the reality of this Congress. And Congress has done nothing on the ground. And they are not going to save their even the present seats what they're having. They will not even have 10 seats in coming election, and people have made up their mind that the Congress is going out and Aam Aadmi Party will win more than 100 seats in Punjab.
Okay, be with us, Sunny Ahluwalia. I'm just going to come back to all of you in a bit from now. We have some news just coming in. Let's go straight to that. We know that Channi has just announced that he will be, in fact, taking oath at 11. Sidhu pick Charanjit Singh Channi, of course, has just met the governor. And he's announced that the oath-taking ceremony is at 11 a.m. tomorrow. He's just spoken to the press right outside Raj Bhavan. Daniel Francis also continues to be with us. Daniel, is this enough, or is this the beginning of many other things that the Congress proposes to do? And how long will this move really ensure that the Congress manages to then beat anti-incumbency in the state of Punjab with appointment of a Dalit chief minister in the state?
I think the calculation is to beat the anti-incumbency with a new formation, with a new face that the Congress is given in Punjab. We saw it last week in Gujarat that the BJP changed its chief minister and the whole team, and they wanted to instill new confidence and inspire the people. So while this is also a product of infighting within the Congress, we never know whether this will benefit or not benefit. Time will tell. To write off the Congress in Punjab is a little ambitious. They still have a good organization there. The biggest opposition party, the Akalis, have no political narrative to capture. And the BJP is nowhere in the picture. The Aam Aadmi Party has a long way to go. Now, we will have to wait and see whether all these calculations and all these gambles that the Congress has taken, benefit them politically when the elections are around.
Yes, going back to Rajdeep. Rajdeep, again, we've been going through the Twitter account of Charanjit Singh Channi. And, the association with Navjot Singh Sidhu is writ large. It's very clear that they have a good equation, a great equation. Sidhu visiting him. They've gone together to the Golden Temple. And Sidhu's approval, his stamp is really writ large on this decision that has been taken by the Congress High Command today. I mean, we were almost final with the decision of Randhawa. Celebrations had begun at his home. What does this really mean when it comes to the Navjot Singh era of Congress in the state of Punjab? Has it really begun from here on?
Look, let's get 2 or 3 things clear, Sneha. First of all, the Congress leadership was determined to remove Captain Amrinder Singh. Navjot Singh Sidhu was pushing for it, fair enough. But look at the confusion over the plan for succession. In the morning, Ambika Soni herself said this. She said she had been asked whether she would be ready to become Punjab CM. She refused. Now here is Ambika Soni, who really is more of a Delhi politician than a Punjab politician. Then by the afternoon, they look at Sukhwinder Singh Randhawa, Jat Sikh, also considered part now of the anti-Amrinder camp. And it appears the favoured choice of the MLAs, a majority whom are Jat Sikhs. Then the Congress leadership apparently relooks at it and looks at caste equations. Can you have a Jat Sikh as your Congress president in the state and a Jat Sikh chief minister? So you come to Charanjit Singh Channi. So there was an element of confusion in a sense in the manner in which the Congress went about this line of succession. But in a strange way, by taking the move that they have, they may have pulled off from now something that could turn out to be politically beneficial. It's a risk, it's a gamble, but the fact is by putting a Dalit Sikh, you cannot get, it will be very difficult for political parties to attack him. Remember, in Punjab, Dalits are 31%, and this was the vote bank that parties like the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP were eyeing. So in a strange way, the Congress may have got a candidate controversial. There will be question marks over this Me Too allegation that was made. Although official complaint was not filed, the Women's Commission did take it up. There is an interesting story about how he tossed a coin once to decide on a transfer case, Charanjit Singh Channi. There are question marks about all the superstitions he had even when he was building his house. All of this may well come out. as it did even in the past with chief ministers like Gyani Zail Singh. But the fact is, purely in symbolic terms, it will be very difficult for the other opposition parties, including the Akalis who've tied up with the BSP, to directly target a Dalit Sikh chief minister and make his caste an issue. I think the Congress will play the card of a Jat Sikh president and a Dalit chief minister. Will it work? We don't know. Remember, all polls so far done in the last month had put the Aam Aadmi Party ahead. But the Aam Aadmi Party was relying primarily on the Malwa region. Now you will have Sidhu, who will come from Amritsar, will come from the Majha region. You will possibly have Channi from the Malwa region, and Doaba has a large Dalit population. So in a way, the Congress may well, despite all its bumbling, and the only word that at times can be used for the Congress in the way it goes about these things is bumbling, may well have hit upon a formula that who knows, could either be a self-goal or a masterstroke. That we'll know in February. But at least for once, they have taken what will be described as decisive action. They have dithered for too long on Punjab. They've taken action. Now we have to see whether Channi is their man. I see him only for the next 5 months. I can't see him go beyond February, March, unless the Congress scores a very spectacular big victory.
Yes, you know, Rajdeep,
which seems unlikely at the moment.
Yes, and what's your analysis when it comes to the fire being doused, at least for the moment, when it comes to Captain Amrinder Singh, given the fact that he's put out a tweet saying that they do welcome best wishes to Charanjit Singh Channi, but he's also at the same, in the same breath spoken about the fact that there is a need to keep the border state of Punjab safe and protect our people. For the moment, with this tweet, you think the fire has been doused, or there is more to expect when it comes to Captain?
Look, I think Amrinder Singh is a wily old politician. Look, Channi at one time was seen to be part of Amrinder's group. Over time, a lot of these people have deserted him. He cannot on day one publicly be targeting the new chief minister. I think Amrinder Singh is biding his time. He is hoping that Navjot Sidhu will score a self-goal. You see, in all of this, the X factor is Sidhu. No one knows in which direction Sidhu will go. Is he a guided or an unguided missile? That question is still an open one. So I think lots is still to play out in Punjab over the next 4 or 5 months. Who will the AAP make their chief ministerial candidate will be one question. What move will the BJP make vis-a-vis the farmers movement will be another question. What direction will Amrinder Singh take is another question. So there are plenty of X factors between now and February, which could completely transform Punjab's political fortunes.
All right, Rajdeep, be with us. We have some news just coming in, and Rahul Gandhi has congratulated the Chief Minister of Punjab, the Punjab Chief Minister designate rather, Charanjit Singh Channi. He's tweeted, and I quote, "Congratulations to Shri Charanjit Singh Channi ji for the new responsibility. We must continue to fulfill the promises made to the people of Punjab. Their trust is of paramount importance," is what Rahul Gandhi has in fact now said. Going back to Shazia Elmi now, who continues to be with us. You know, Shazia Elmi, and I've been asking this about this move of the Congress party. There were several names doing the rounds. Yes, it has not been pleasant. It's been ugly, the manner in which things happened yesterday. But is this a master stroke really by the Congress party? I mean, this is going to be the big headline. A Dalit Chief Minister for the state of Punjab. Yes.
Yeah, if you were to look at the history of Punjab, you would realize that, it has been Jat Sikhs for the last, 4 decades and more. So there has been a stronghold of Jat Sikhs and the dominance of Punjab, Sikh politics in Punjab. So, and it is, and despite the fact that they are 31% in number, if you look at the Sikh and Hindu Dalits. So I think, and it is our state, it is the BJP state, Punjab state, local Ikai, which has been talking about and asking for a Dalit CM and has been talking about it for the longest period. There have been so many. So I'm actually, I think I'm glad that there is a cognizance of the fact, but how they have hit upon this formula and come to it is another story altogether. So I think there is the Panthik vote bank would consolidate, and this I don't speak as a BJP spokesperson, but as somebody who's interested in following news and as somebody who follows politics, will consolidate behind the Akalis and there will be a lot of readjustments. But the fact of the matter is that there are a lot of people and there are cadres and MLAs who are also not happy in the Congress with the way things have transpired. And just like Rajdeep just said, that you don't know which way Sidhu will go, because he wanted to be the Jat Sikh, if at all, and if not him, then Channi would do. Then I don't know what damage he's capable of doing to the Congress. So he would be the nemesis, for all you know, and be the undoing of all this this so-called great decision that they've hit upon by simply because somebody forced the hand.
Yes, Shazia, be with us. Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa, in fact, who was touted to be the next chief minister, he of course has not been chosen, is speaking. Listen in.
जिनके सवाल है उनको पूछिए।
आपका नाम
Okay, so new Punjab Chief Minister's 9 key challenges. There is raging Congress factionalism, and that is evident. We also have a sulking Amrinder Singh in the state of Punjab, though he's welcomed the decision to appoint Channi as the Chief Minister. He said, I'm going to say so if I'm not happy, but he said he's okay. AAP is making inroads within the state of Punjab. Akalis are eyeing a comeback as well. Farmers' agitation is there, and that is a big challenge. There is a growing amount of disgruntlement against the BJP at the centre. And how is that really going to play out for the BJP in the state of Punjab? Other challenges in the state of Punjab, drug menace. Also the drone threats in the state of Punjab, something that Captain Amrinder Singh has been talking about. Likely friction with dominant Jat Sikhs in the state, and also not much time for the Congress there. Only 5 months or so before elections in the state of Punjab. Daniel Francis also continues to be with us. Daniel, I want to ask you about the chances of the Akali Dal and the BSP, the manner in which they have come together in the state of Punjab this time around, keeping that 32% vote bank, essentially that of the Dalits, in mind, and how effective is going to be the Congress's strategy of the appointment of a Dalit chief minister, even if it is for the time being.
The BSP at its best gets around 4 to 5% in Punjab, maximum 7%, though the BSP founder Kanchiram did come from Punjab. So it has its own limitations. So when they are coming together, whether there be a magic in Punjab, whether they have, votes swung in their favor, is something that I don't believe will happen so easily. The Akalis will pay a price for sitting with the BJP in Punjab in the cabinet for a long time. The farm law issue, the Congress has benefited in Punjab and will reap the harvest during the elections. And it looks like the Congress, with all its problems now, and now that they're putting the house in order, is in better position than, I'm not saying they are winning the elections, that would be immature to claim at this stage, but they are in better position to win that election if they keep their house in order. Second thing is that Sidhu has also claimed that Captain has not taken enough initiative to tackle the drug menace or the drone problems, as we call it. Now we will wait and watch in the next 6 months, 4 months, what these people really do to send a strong message that they are tackling some of the dreaded problems that Punjab has faced for a few decades now. So with BJP, with Akalis and BSP coming together, I don't think it's a very exciting prospect. Aam Aadmi Party has tried its hands. They had limited success. We will only see, but the battle in Punjab will become interesting with all these three parties and all these three sides coming down and playing it dirty and making it more exciting for all of us to see that which side this battle really goes.
Shazi Almi, there is a huge amount of disgruntlement against the central government, essentially, when it comes to the repealing of the farm laws, and that is bound to play out adversely for the BJP in the state of Punjab, not even with the Akalis at this point in time.
But if BJP would,
Shazia.
Yeah, so
I don't even give
so
4 or 5
exactly. In fact, it as we all know, it has been a completely a political movement, and all the laws. In fact, there is a movement against the central government for the laws which are already in existence. For instance, the contract farming law was made by when BJP and Kalidal were in power, and that law continues to be there. So they actually are protesting against a law which is already there in action. I mean, which continues to be there. So they're protesting against a law which is already there in action. So it is very strange, because that is totally political, because all the things that have been stated are there in the farm laws have all been asked for by the previous governments. That has been proven. That is entirely political, and it's only the big farmers who are using it for their political gains, and does not benefit the small farmers at all. And the core beneficiaries remain the middlemen. The whole purpose of the farm laws were to remove the middlemen and give the Kisans direct access to bigger markets and more avenues.
Okay.
Which is exactly. So that will, and we will go with that message out there, and recall and talk about all that they said earlier and how they backed out later on. So that continues to be the fact. And yes, nationalism also will remain a big factor for us. Farm laws is a big factor for us. Where BJP stands, BJP doesn't change easily, and has never felt the need to go beyond.
Sani Ahluwalia, the BJP is saying that
I'm very clear about the fact that it will be a great election to watch and look out for.
BJP is saying what?
BJP seems to be suggesting, and they've done this in the past as well, that the farmers' agitation and everything is political. It's a political movement against the central government, so to speak. My question was specific about how this is going to play out against the BJP in the Punjab elections. What's your opinion?
BJP has already, if we see yesterday's newspaper, they says 2.5 trillion crores. The Amazon, Microsoft is already investing in Indian agriculture. So BJP is very clear that they are with these black laws. They are only for corporates. So BJP has no ground in Punjab anymore, and will make sure that they lose their pattern in Haryana and in Western UP as well because of these black laws. So BJP has no ground in Punjab, and Congress is a Titanic which has already sunk, and no captain can save this Titanic, which is Congress. Forever it will be now sink
but
in
they
this
won't
water.
flip-floppers. So that's all right. And I believe your MLAs left you and joined the Congress only because you apologized to Akali Dal, right? You took back the defamation.
These people are opportunistic.
So I just want to remind you about a few things before you start.
Opportunistic people comes and goes. Aam Aadmi Party is not bothered about these opportunistic people.
Yes,
we don't welcome these kind of opportunistic.
You were the one who took back the defamation. You were the one who apologized. Do you remember? Do you remember to Mr. Badal? Which is why our own MLAs left you. But he refused
till now
to take
also
action
Sanjay Singh case is going on. Till now the Sanjay Singh case is going on.
The principal opposition
No,
party.
Sanjay Singh case versus.
It is hilarious what is happening there in Punjab and AAP. You know, so many of AAP MLAs are
Aam Aadmi Party is the only party which has provided the leader of opposition here, which has stand with its party, and all the people of Punjab are supporting Aam Aadmi Party.
Notify them in the Delhi Assembly. So, and in fact, this is Arvind Kejriwal.
We were the first one.
Okay, the topic here is Channi, and let's talk about Channi right now.
What we are talking
I'm
about.
bringing in my colleague, our senior
Only
editor.
Aam Aadmi Party volunteers are sitting with the farmers from the
Harmeet
very
Shah
first day.
Singh is also with us. Harmeet, welcome to this debate. You know, today's appointment and the appointment of Channi as the new Chief Minister of Punjab after 3 odd names or 4 odd names that have been doing the rounds since yesterday, and the manner in which it is evident that there is a Sidhu stamp on this name. Randhawa was almost final before Congress leadership sprung this surprise. How do you look at this development just 5 months before elections? And ask this to Rajdeep as well. Do you believe that even after 5 months, the Congress is going to go to polls saying that Channi is the face of the party in the elections?
Sneha, I think this is, in political jargon, we call it a political masterstroke, and I explain it how it's a political masterstroke in Punjab scheme of things. Remember, Punjab never had a Dalit chief minister. After Gyani Zail Singh, almost all chief ministers have been Jat Sikhs. So, and the population, if you see it proportionately, of the Dalit population in Punjab is the highest in the country. It's in excess of 30%. So Channi belongs to the Ramdasiya Sikh community, which is again categorized as a Dalit Sikh community. So it's a clear-cut attempt to woo the large Dalit population. That's one thing in Punjab scheme of things. And if you see it nationally, then Channi now becomes kind of a poster boy for the Congress to project him in other states as well. That look, this is what we have done. It's the same kind of surprise that Mrs. Sonia Gandhi sprung when she named Dr. Manmohan Singh as Prime Minister, and now you have someone, like Channi, named Chief Minister of Punjab, who is a Dalit face, and I think again, it's a masterstroke, accept it or not.
All right, Harmeet, thanks for getting us all of those details and sharing with us your perspective on that story. I'm thanking my other guests also on the show for joining us and taking out your time to tell us what you think of all of these developments and what does it really mean for the BJP, for the Aam Aadmi Party, for the Akalis and for the BSP also in contention, and of course the Congress Party. Harmeet says it's a master stroke in every sense of the word by the Congress in the state of Punjab. For the moment, it's time for a quick break here. We'll continue to keep a very close eye on the developing story from Punjab.